Little people, big world, what is the status of Zach Roloff's relationship with Matt Roloff? Little people, big world star Zach Roloff provided an update on his relationship with his father, Matt Roloff. The breakdown between Matt and Zach played out on the show over the past few seasons, as they failed to resolve their disagreement over the family property. Zach and his wife, Tori Roloff, have announced they will no longer be appearing on the show, and it seems maybe for the best. In a recent episode of his and Tori's podcast, Zach addressed the state of his relationship with his father. Little People, Big World has followed the Roloff family for 25 seasons. The Roloffs own a pumpkin farm in Oregon, where most of the family is employed. Zach's three siblings stopped appearing on the show as they grew up and started their own families, leaving the spotlight on Zach and Tori. The complex dynamics of working on the farm together while also filming a reality show may have proved too much for Zach and Matt. Their relationship crumbled over business matters, with each side refusing to accept any blame. Zach and Matt previously had a close relationship, as shown on Little People, Big World. They spent a lot of time together working on the family's pumpkin farm, where Zach hosted personal tours of the property. However, a divide emerged within the family when Matt decided to sell the Roloff family farmhouse. Matt had retained the property after his divorce from Zach's mother, Amy Roloff. Matt divided the property and lived in a small double-wide, listing the large house for sale. All members of the Roloff family acknowledged the sentimental value of keeping the house within the family. But when Zach made an offer, Matt refused to budge on the price. The father and son allegedly had some tense discussions, which also included Tori and Matt's fiancée, Karen Chandler. Zach and Tori ultimately gave up on the purchase, and their relationship with Matt was damaged. Matt was never able to find a buyer at his desired price and resorted to listing the home as a short-term rental. Zach and Tori will no longer appear on Little People, Big World, but they are still providing insight into their lives as the parents of three young children. They launched their podcast, Raising Heights with Zach and Tori, in early 2024. On their podcast, Zach and Tori discuss parenting, their relationship, and updates about their family. The couple are honest with one another and appear to have a healthy relationship. In the second episode of Raising Heights Season 2, Tori asked Zach questions submitted by listeners. They touched on the history of Zach and Tori's relationship, the status of their house in Battleground, Washington, and their thoughts on parenting. When reflecting on his relationship with his kids, Zach acknowledged that part of growing up is realizing parents are not perfect. Zach said his relationship with Matt is not great, and then added that it's not existent. He explained that after filming for Little People, Big World ended, the family took some time apart, allowing them some space to process. But when the show aired, it stirred up hard feelings nearly a year later. He called his father's denial and lack of accountability narcissism. Tori added that she and Zach do not keep their children away from their grandfather. Zach questioned whether there was more he and his family members could have done to reconcile. It's refreshing to hear him acknowledge that the blame might not be completely on his father. Tori refuted this, saying she thought Zach had tried his best. Zach tends to be too forgiving and must create boundaries with his family. Tori is often criticized for instigating the family divide, but she finds it necessary to encourage Zach to cut off toxic relationships because he can be too passive. As their time on Little People, Big World Season 25 comes to an end, it doesn't sound like Zach and Tori plan to reunite with Matt anytime soon. Once they're no longer forced to relive their disagreements on air, perhaps Zach and Matt will find the space they need to leave the past behind. For now, Zach is standing firm with the boundary he has created, even if it means he no longer has a relationship with his father. Little People, Big World, fans go off on Matt Roloff's latest Instagram post. Fans of the hit TLC show Little People, Big World have seen the ups and downs when it comes to operating Roloff farms. As many viewers know, Matt and Amy Roloff purchased the farm over 30 years ago and raised their children, Jeremy, Zach, Molly, and Jacob, and their businesses on it. It's been the backdrop for the show, and during the latest season, when Matt bought Amy out of her share of the farm, was one of the family's main storylines. So it's only natural for fans to be shocked after Matt revealed on Instagram this week that he was selling part of the farm. Well, the cat's out of the bag. I want to make sure you all hear the big news directly from me. All of at Roloff Farms has brought me and our family great joy for the past 30-plus years. Today, 16 acres of the farm's 109 acres go up for sale, including our original family home and bright red barn. It's a tiny bit scary, but mostly exciting. It's time to move toward the next season of life, he wrote while it's just part of the farm, the north side to be exact. It's still clear that things are about to change in a major way for the family. Admittedly, this makes me sad. Wishing your whole family peace with this direction, one person wrote on the post. I'm shocked, another said. I think it's sad, someone else wrote. Many were also super quick to comment that they wish one of Matt and Amy's kids would have purchased the land. In past seasons, Jeremy had been vocal about wanting to run the family farm, and most recently, Zach made his dad a deal to buy it. But as we see in the new teaser for season 22, that deal fell through and there appears to be a lot of tension between the family now. So far, no one else from the family has commented on the news. But we're hopeful everyone will find peace with this decision. Little people, big world. Amy reflects on sad drama over family farm. Exclusive. Amy still has mixed feelings about working with her ex-husband, Matt, on his farm, given all the drama surrounding the property. In this exclusive clip from Tuesday's new episode of Little People, Big World, Amy talks to her husband, Chris, about deciding to help out with pumpkin season on the farm, but says it's unlikely her and Matt's kids will go. I'll admit, it's not like I am 100% jumping up and down for joy because I still think I have some personal emotions and thoughts behind, the farm and what has gone down and everything. She says the farm has driven a wedge between Matt and his children, as Matt refused to sell his sons, Jeremy and Zach, a part of the land because they couldn't afford the price he was asking. He has since struggled to find a buyer. Still, Chris tells Amy he hopes that her kids will still come by the farm during pumpkin season with their grandchildren. But Amy is not hopeful, noting there are a lot of changes going on. The farm will always be Roloff Farms, she tells cameras. The Roloffs grew up there. But there's a part of me that can definitely understand and see why not all the kids would be there because they don't consider it their farm anymore. Maybe in time that will change depending on what happens to this farm, but I think at this very second it's Matt's farm. It's their dad's farm, and it's sad. Little People, Big World star Matt Roloff is engaged to Karen Chandler. The reality star also shared a few details about their future nuptials. Our plan is to enjoy our engagement, and we are looking forward to a simple but elegant wedding in 2024, he said. The future groom rose to fame as one of the stars of Little People, Big World, a reality show that profiled the lives of Roloff and his ex-wife Amy Roloff. The now-divorced couple both have dwarfism and have 4 children together, twins Zach and Jeremy, 32, daughter Molly, 29, and son Jacob, 26. Zach also has dwarfism. The Roloffs were married from 1987 to 2016. Their breakup was profiled on the reality show, which has aired since 2006. The series also followed the budding relationship between Roloff and Chandler, who formerly worked at Roloff Farms. Meanwhile, Amy has since remarried and tied the knot with Chris Merrick in 2021. While the exes have attempted to maintain an amicable relationship, Amy explained why she didn't invite her ex-husband to her wedding in an episode of Little People, Big World. Chris and I debated whether to invite Matt and Karen to the wedding, but we decided against it. I think it causes less drama, and I think that's better for everyone, she said in an episode, according to People. Roloff made it clear that there weren't any hard feelings even though he wouldn't be on the guest list. We had a conversation and Merrick goes, "Are you going to be offended if we don't invite you to the wedding?" I said, "Absolutely not. Let's just take it off the table. Make it simple." Matt Roloff reveals the surprising person he's leaving the farm to amid rift with son Zach. Watch, exclusive, Matt Roloff decides who he's leaving the farm to on the upcoming season premiere of TLC's Little People, Big World, and the property's future owner may surprise fans. A People exclusive clip of the season 16 premiere, Matt, 62, and his fiancée Karen Chandler sit down with his ex-wife Amy Roloff and her husband Chris Merrick to tell them about an update Matt made to his will. Weary all, but decided that when I die we're giving whatever piece of the farm I still have to Amy, Matt says in the clip. Amy, 61, doesn't mince words when telling her ex how she feels about his choice. "I don't even know how to comment on that," she says, shaking her head. Merrick looks on, silent, and appearing dumbfounded. Amy is still trying to find her words as she reflects on the moment in a confessional interview.
What?
It's crazy. The mom of four tells the camera. Matt also appears a bit flustered while announcing his choice, fumbling his words as he says it's too complicated to leave the farm to anyone else at this point. The former spouses have 4 children together. Twins Zach and Jeremy, 33, a daughter named Molly, 30, and another son named Jacob, 27 inches. A joint confessional interview with Matt. Chandler tells the camera that it was her idea to leave all of the property he owns, aside from the one in Arizona that they own together, to his ex or family, in the first part of your life, built and worked for this farm. Chandler says to Matt, "I came in later, and I don't want it, and I don't want to ever take anything away from the people that built it, the family, the kids." She continues on, saying the farm will belong to Amy, whether we get married or we don't. The farm is off the table. Chandler and Matt revealed their engagement exclusively to people in April 2023. As seen in the trailer for the new season, Matt's decision to leave his Oregon farm to his ex comes amidst tension with Zach about the price of the portion of the farmland that Matt owns. I've been going back and forth about exactly what to do with the north side of the farm, Matt says in the trailer. This process has been filled with some emotions and anger. But now I've got this new plan. If it plays out the way that I hope it does, I think life on the farm is going to change forever. We don't see Zach and Tori that often. He explains of his son and his wife, who share 3 children of their own. I think they must have made some sort of pact that they don't want to come to the farm. Zach adds in the super tease, "The temper is pretty high between my dad and me and Karen." He also refused to talk on camera about his dad's engagement to Chandler. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.